So the big aspiration for this is everyone gets paid, and this is kind of the paid thing. Right now we're doing once a week. What if it turns into 3 days a week, 8 hours paid?
Say that again.
I'd be down.
Wait,
But y'all already know my schedule.
3 days a week, 8 hours paid.
Yeah, I'd do it.
It depends. Then I would have to change my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would have to change my job.
Because it's very different now. Because right now, like, we don't have, like, the company's not earning much. It's just only paying venues, post production, any additional things we need to take care of. But what if now? Because the big thing for me is, like, you're investing a lot in your training. In my head, I'm thinking there should, like, regular corporate companies train their people, and then they do the thing. That's like one of the big pictures. Is like, as part of the 8 hours, you're also getting trained, and you're also getting ready for shows, doing music videos, all this stuff. What if it now shifts from once a week, 8 hours, 3 days a week, whatever Dancers Alliance rate is, and then I guess what would you guys say to that?
I'd make it work.
Yeah, I think we would.
I'd make it work.
I wonder, like, for I think a lot of the people in here work 9 to 5s, which is not me, so I don't know why I'm talking. But
I have no idea what you guys are going through, so let me answer.
I'm saying for them, I think
No, 9 to 5. Don't cut her off.
If it was, is it the weekday thing that would be the hard part? Because like if you could keep it like 4 hours and 4 hours Saturday and Sunday or something, it'd probably still be more doable for everyone. For me, I'm like, hey, whatever.
For me, I get really good benefits at my job.
No, that's true.
Although I'm now a salary, so it might be easy for me to take some time off for whatever we're doing.
If this also had benefits.
What kind of benefits?
That's
Does
the
it give
thing.
me health?
We gotta weigh things out. So for me, it's benefits, it's time,
401k.
it's
retirement plan.
How's your dental?
How's your vision?
It's just him.
Just go to this office. It's me.
Mr. Ryan.
You know who I am.
It's just him with a toothbrush. So for me, I mean, there's a lot of things there. Like for instance, I moved to, not because those of you who know me for a while, I used to have a beautiful condo in the hills, and I moved to a small studio that's a block away from my office, so I can walk to work. So like, there's a lot of factors of like, it's the benefits, it's the pay, it's the, is it fun to do? Do I like my coworkers?
Yeah.
Do I have the drive there? Like, there's a lot of things for me overall. So it depends. It's not a yes or no question for me. I think that's factors.
Yeah, I'm just very curious because it's gonna be a monumental shift
For
Oh,
us,
yeah.
A lot of people.
coming from like a person from healthcare, it depends. Because the healthcare field is very broad, and each place, branch, clinic is very different with their hours and how they operate their nurses.
True.
So, for me, because I'm Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, there's no way I would be able to do a 3 unless I up my education and get a job that is allowing me to do 3 12-hour shifts and then have the rest of that. I'll pull a Ryan,
Yes, my name's Ryan.
Richard. And pull a Richard.
Richard, yeah.
That's true.
Richard's a
Because
G.
Richard is crazy. He has graveyard shifts.
Yeah.
And he comes to practice
Yeah.
on Sunday morning. And he even himself, he's like, man, this shit is hard.
Mhm.
Even to him.
I didn't
because
even know that.
Yeah, he's a
What a
nurse.
G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He works like serious shifts and then dances and takes classes.
I think he's a med surg,
comes
which
to
is even
us,
crazy.
Richard, we love you. She's inspiring.
Yeah.
No,
Go
very
ahead.
nice.
I guess the one thing you got to keep in mind is that if it is for example, 3 days, 8 hour shifts, for example, paid, that also includes more chance of us getting more training, which means more gigs too.
Sure.
So that's the thing. It also, I feel like, and maybe not time flexibility wise, it might be a nightmare. Be like trying to balance like a relationship. That's like the main thing that I would probably be worried about.
Yeah.
Relationship wise would be really skewed. But if you're a single Pringle,
Single friend.
I'll put
You
my
can-
brains where they need.
Yeah, you can figure something out,
Yeah.
and you'd be able to make a living, still dance, and then still make more than enough. Because my main thing right now is like rent. It's like paying
But-
stuff like that.
I'll do one
That-
one day.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like in
One
an
week.
ideal scenario, I'm like just really going pie in the sky with this. Is like 3 days a week, salary, and then it's enough for you to have a living wage, and then the off days is you living your life or
Oh yeah.
recovery, and then the weekends would be the shows.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the 3-day job would be our job as a career.
Yeah.
Oh, so I wouldn't have to teach no more?
So if that was an option
don't
to
want to?
shift to that, and if that
There's
was
a lot of
offer-
contemporary dance companies that run under that
Yeah.
model. I was
Yeah.
on one for a
Yeah.
long time. We
So
had 4
I think that's what
rehearsals.
they kind of like stem from. Yeah, like just
Yeah.
if all the funds just came out and we were able to shift it to that, and then you're able to make
Magic
more,
money, daddy.
more
Yeah.
in this field, like, is that something you would be like? What are the considerations to shift? Would you be hell yes or a maybe or like?
I feel like
In the most
you're
like-
stirring up stress in me.
Yeah.
And it's not even near there, so I'm trying to like
Yeah.
disconnect because I'm like, my mind's already going like,
Thinking
what am I
about it.
It's
doing
not
this?
real
And
yet.
It's not
Yeah,
real.
It's not real yet.
Yeah.
So,
Me too, I'm
moving
like-
mountains.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
like, what about my job?
I know, so I'm like,
Dog?
oh no.
But
How am I gonna do this?
But I think the fact that everyone
My
here is
insurance.
considering it shows how much passion they have for dance, though.
Yeah.
Because like that's the one thing. Like that's the one thing. It's like you're stressing about it, you're thinking about it, but the reason why you're stressing is because, what if I could?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
The
so
what
that what if is kind of hitting our brains.
If that
like,
was it, then I would just fire all of these people.
Bye.
Get better ones.
If that was the case, I'd be looking for a new creative director.
Everyone just gets fired. It's just you.
I am Temper Tantrum.
I have my own dental.
You're just throwing.
Justin's like, this is my house.
Writing checks to yourself.
Through my LLC. Yeah.
Good job.
No, because like things like that come up because working with other dance companies, like talking about insurance, insuring the dancers on shoot days, insuring like on that, I'm like, I want to make sure we have insurance. Like for the show, we had to when we did the show,
Yeah.
we had to buy insurance, and we had to show proof of that to the show,
Mhm.
to the studio. So like things like that.
That's true.
United Healthcare?
Because again, this is as much as it's like how we're doing it now. This is not ultimately not what I want to do. If you, those of you guys were in the meeting, like how we've been growing year by year. Again, it goes back to like it'd be cool just to do this kind of thing a lot of the time. I'm not saying all the time because there's the rest of our life, which is why I said 3 days a week, and but a lot of the time because there's been days like long shoot days where like fuck I'm exhausted, but today was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then those days are like satisfying, and then just seeing how that would be. What would that feel like? What would it be like seeing you guys 3 days a week?
Ugh.
You know? So it's very because then the frequency is different. You know what I mean? Like there's the novelty is almost gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's true. Some of y'all, I can only take you in doses, so
I know.
I would have to reevaluate my life that time. I'd be like, oof.
Why are you looking at me, huh?
Dude, yo, like tomorrow rehearsal, Brandon's not there.
Brandon's not there because
Not
he saw
there.
us today.
Because then there's so much. But again, there's like such big things like a part of the training. Like there's the massage therapy that's provided. There's the PT. There's all that stuff. Like there's again, because as you were talking about, dancing is always the hustle. After the job, you look for the next job.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if there was the company that just created the jobs
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Like we are creating this video. You're here to do that. You're getting ready for this show because we want to do the show. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought the same thing when you said like, oh, what if this were 3 days a week, and it was paid, and because at that point what you described is a job, and so the same thing came up with me. It's like, oh well, now if the energy were to be exactly the same, and I'm still looking forward to showing up to Temper Tantrum, and it still has that vibrancy, then like, part of me wants to say absolutely. But I don't know how I'd feel about that if it were actually to happen. And it's like, oh, looking at my work schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, da-da-da-da. Yeah, I don't know. But hey, making money doing what you love, like that sounds very, very enticing. But it would also then change the way I look at it because now this is a source of income. This isn't a way for me to find release and to find
Yeah.
solace.
Yeah.
So, people change once you start like throwing money at them.
That's
So,
how
Dance, monkey, dance.
yeah.
Which is why I'll never work
that
in a
was a bit
kitchen.
for me when I was part of this other company I was a part of. I started getting paid. I started training less because it was more like, cool, I'm getting paid for this.
Yeah.
You made it.
Yeah.
You got paid to show up
Yeah,
anyway.
I was getting paid for rehearsals. I was getting paid for shows. I'm like, cool. But then I saw my own skill because I got
That's interesting because I find if I'm getting paid by something, I actually will dedicate more time to it. But that's also because I'm in the realm of like, this is my lifestyle and my job. So like sometimes like if I have like a bunch of paid gigs, then I don't end up rehearsing our dances outside of rehearsal because I'm like, well, I have to rehearse this dance because this is a paid gig and that's like my priority.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, it's actually like the opposite.
I think there's also a different mentality.
I think
Yeah.
Because when I was at that time, I was getting ready to actually leave dance.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, this is what around 2016. Yeah, I was getting ready. I was creating an exit plan. I think this was like, okay, cool. Like my last paid like professional thing, cool. I'm gonna get ready just to focus all on this media company.
Yeah.
But then this motherfucker happened with Tabasco.
Company.
Tabasco,
Company.
yeah.
Company.
I said motherfucker.
And
said
then
mother-
I continued. I'm like, okay, I
One
guess
of said
because
motherfuckers.
I honestly was convinced I was getting too old.
No.
Yeah. So
That's
I mean-
funny.
You're gonna be dancing till you're 90.
That's Till you're 90.
but yeah.
Insert Deadpool meme.
So different mentality. My training, even now, is I train like twice a day, like whether it's
Yeah.
lifting and then I have I have preset dance training schedules every
That's what I
night.
need to do.
Damn, you
Wow.
train.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't train at all.
Oh,
It's
What? Are you serious?
I don't train.
Dude, you're like terrifying.
Well, she's in the medical field. She
I'm
she has
9 to
get all
5, I
nuts
don't
up together
have-
for that.
you ain't got no time.
yeah, her high school training regimen was nuts too.
Yeah, you had to go high school.
Apparently not enough, according to Justin.
It was like, I mean, yeah,
I'm a studio dancer.
Studio
Yes.
dancer.
She was a studio kid.
I'm used to being sit on. I'm used to. That's another trauma.
yeah,
That's
I-
another.
That's another trauma.
That's
I-
another story.
That's a different story.
I don't think
yeah.
I train. I more so. I think I unconsciously train
Makes
without
sense.
knowing because like I just like watching dance.
You smell asleep, just moving.
just fucking wake up. I can head spin.
Okay, Neo, come down.
I know kung fu.
I know breakdance.
She's asleep and like her leg is
Yeah.
That's actually what I do.
Just sleeping
Yeah,
like
I
that.
sleep in my middle splits.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
She's weird.
Or like I'll go on TikTok and like I'll be like, this is cool. Or I watch the dance so many times because it pops up so many times. I'm like, I just learned it.
Might as well learn.
I just learned it from watching it too many times.
Oh, so what Mel doesn't consider training, I very much consider training.
Mental.
Learning choreo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
learning choreography.
This
I've
is fun.
always wanted to
This
do
is
classes,
stressful.
but I am not in the financial position to do classes.
Or in a time
I don't
position.
have
There's a lot of free class. I'll talk to you. There's a lot of free classes in
Yeah,
LA.
I-
I can tell you guys a list.
I can actually
of all
go
the
now
free
to some of the ones
ones.
you've been mentioning.
I'm trying to reach a level where I can take an Ian Eastwood class and not have to struggle. Or Nick Joseph.
I will say there's something. There's
What in God's name is that? Nick Joseph? What in God's name? Sorry, Nick.
I was gonna say pickup skills are like its own, like it's a muscle in your brain that's like its own thing that you, if you're not regularly taking class, then your pickup skills start to like
Yeah.
decline.
I got great pickup skills. Ask Christina.
And with that, the episode's done.